Hello students, I'm Shanolan. In today's class, let us understand the poem Five Little Brothers. The poem Five Little Brothers is written by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. Before getting into the poem, let us know something about the poetess. Ella Wheeler Wilcox was an American poetess. She was a journalist too. She had written so many poems and novels from her childhood. She is a renowned poetess and her famous poem is Solitude. And now, let us enjoy reading the poem Five Little Brothers. Let me begin the poem by asking a question. A riddle. This is the riddle. We are five brothers. We live together. We go to school in a dark leather carriage. Without us, you can't walk. Who are we? Can you guess the answer, students? Yes, you are absolutely right. The answer is toes. We have 5 toes in each foot. In this poem, the poetess has used metaphor for toes. What is a metaphor? Metaphor is a figure of speech that is used to make comparison between two objects which are not same. In this poem, the poetess has compared 5 little brothers to 5 little toes, and she has also compared leather carriage to leather shoe. Now, let me read out the poem completely. Listen carefully. 5 little brothers. 5 little brothers set out together to journey the livelong day. In a curious carriage, all made of leather, they hurried away. One big brother and 3 quite small, and one wee fellow, no size at all. The carriage was dark and none too roomy, and they could not move about. The 5 little brothers grew very gloomy, and the wee one began to pout, till the biggest one whispered, "What do you say? Let's leave the carriage and run away." So, out they scampered the 5 together, and off and away they sped. When somebody found the carriage of leather, oh my, how she shook her head. It was a little boy's shoe, as everyone knows, and the 5 little brothers were 5 little toes. Let us understand the poem line by line. 5 little brothers set out together to journey the livelong day. The poetess begins the poem by telling that there were 5 little brothers. We already know who are those 5 little brothers. The poetess has compared 5 little brothers to 5 little toes. The 5 little toes traveled together the whole day. In a curious carriage, all made of leather, they hurried away. The 5 little brothers, that is, the 5 little toes, were inside a leather carriage. Here again, the poetess has compared leather carriage to leather shoe. They traveled everywhere in that leather carriage. One big brother and 3 quite small, and one wee fellow, no size at all. Here, the poetess describes each toes. Big brother is the big toe, and 3 quite small are long toe, middle toe, and ring toe, and one wee fellow. The meaning of the word wee is very small. Wee fellow is the small toe. The carriage was dark and none too roomy, and they could not move about. Here, the poetess describes the carriage. She tells that the carriage was completely dark and there was no enough space. So the little toes, 5 little toes, could not move anywhere at all. They suffered inside the carriage. The five little brothers grew very gloomy and the wee one began to pout. And the poetess tells that they suffered inside the carriage and they felt very suffocated. So the five little toes, they became very tired, dull and sad. And the little toe, suffered most of all because it had begun to pout. Now, what is the meaning of the word pout? Pout is to make sad face pushing out your lip. Till the biggest one whispered, "What do you say? Let's leave the carriage and run away." Seeing the difficulty and suffering of its own brothers, the big toe said, "Come on, let's leave the carriage and let us all run away." So, the little toes, they all left the carriage and they ran away. Now, we have come to the last stanza. So, out they scampered, the five together, and off and away they sped. The meaning of the word scampered is ran or moved quickly. So, the five little brothers, that is the five little toes, moved quickly from the carriage. And in the second line, we can see the word sped. The word sped is the past tense and past participle tense of the word speed. When somebody found the carriage of leather, oh my, how she shook her head. It was a little boy's shoe, as everyone knows. And the five little brothers were five little toes. And the leather carriage was left all alone. And the woman found the leather carriage, that is, the leather shoe, and she exclaimed that it was a little boy's shoe. And we all know what is that leather carriage. It is the leather shoe. And who were those five little brothers? The five little brothers are the five little toes. That's all, students. The poem is over. Hope you all understood well. And the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, A, B, C, C. Now, let us pick out the rhyming words from the first stanza. Together and leather, day and away, small and all. And now from the second stanza. Roomy, gloomy, about, pout, say and away. And from the last stanza. Together, leather, sped, head, nose and toes. Hope you all understood and enjoyed the poem. Read the poem again and again for better understanding. Thank you. Have a great day.